In a neatly handwritten letter, Ruben Ebron gets personal, telling me about the night Lonzie died. His body was dumped in a wooded area in Bayard. Ebron also goes into detail about his relationship with Lonzie's mother.
Lonzie Barton, at just 21 months old. His name and face are hard to forget. A life that ended much too soon. Now, one of the people who was supposed to care for him, the man convicted in his death, sent me a letter answering questions I asked about the night Lonzie died. In the letter, Ruben Ebron talks about what he says were Lonzie Barton's last moments. February 5th, Lonzie was given CPR. He started breathing again, had a seizure, then rapidly went downhill. I continued CPR to no avail. Months went by. Ebron, the only suspect in the case, sitting in jail as Lonzie's body lay in the woods. I asked Ebron why he dumped Lonzie in a wooded area on Bayard and what was going through his mind. His answer was vague. Your question of why did it happen, the after, I can't answer. Ebron and Lonzie Barton, in and out of court, both silent, going months, never speaking of Lonzie's fateful night. In this letter, Ebron says the two of them were trying to protect each other. Me and Lana both covered for each other. Our families were naive and clueless.
At 6, the questions guards and inmates have for Ruben Ebron and why some don't believe his story. Ruben Ebron never had to prove his story to a jury. This was a case that captivated this community, and when it was closed, there were so many questions. So I took those questions straight to Ruben Ebron and asked what really happened the night Lonzie died.
33-year-old Ruben Ebron was one of the last people to see Lonzie Barton alive. When the boy disappeared, it became a community effort to find the blue-eyed toddler. Now locked up behind bars, I wanted Ebron to tell me why he waited so long to tell police where the body was. In his own words, he says inmates and officers have asked lots of questions and said what they think took place. Of course, Lana and I both know what's up and remain quiet for obvious reasons. But some things are better left unsaid, at least for now. Ebron kept the secret about the little boy buried deep in the woods for 6 months. He admits he and Lonzie's mother worked together to stay quiet. Me and Lana both covered for each other. Our families were naive and clueless. Before his trial, he admitted that he and Lana Larimore Barton were having sex when the boy drowned in the bathtub. He said he ditched the body. Through my letter, I pushed him for answers on how he could just take the boy's body and dump it. He responded, "Your question of why did it happen, the after, I can't answer." Something he now has to think about sitting in prison for more than 20 years.
Ebron will be in his 50s when he's released. He's scheduled to get out May of 2040. In a neatly handwritten letter, Ruben Ebron gets personal, telling me about the night Lonzie died. His body was dumped in a wooded area in Bayard. Ebron also goes into detail about his relationship with Lonzie's mother.
Witnessing Lonzie die was by far the worst experience of my life. Haunting, yes, but I doubt it will ever leave the forefront of my mind. Haunting. It's how Ruben Ebron describes the death of the innocent blue-eyed boy so many people came to love. Ebron's words neatly spilled on a notebook paper detailing what he says were the final moments of Lonzie Barton's life. February 5th, Lonzie was given CPR. He started breathing again, had a seizure, then rapidly went downhill. I continued CPR to no avail. I asked Ebron why he dumped Lonzie in a wooded area on Bayard. His answer was vague. Your question of why did it happen, the after, I can't answer. Ruben and Lana's relationship had its twists and turns, all of which were put on public display. Now both behind bars, Ebron admits they worked together. Me and Lana both covered for each other. Our families were naive and clueless. And after everything that happened, Ebron says he still loves her. When it comes to my relationship with Lana, yes, I still love her. We've talked a few times since the beginning of January. I miss Lana and our kids more than anything.
Ebron is scheduled to be released in 2040. In the newsroom, Bridget Matter, Fox 30, Action News Jax.